Already, what is going through your head at this current moment?
Man, I'm so happy. Like, just to beat a ranked opponent at home. I don't know if we've done that yet, but it was just huge for us to bounce back from last week's L and just get this one and all like come together as a team.
Take me through the emotion, anything you guys are feeling on those last few plays.
I saw they got that 15-yard penalty for holding, and we have a running back, number 5. In my head, I'm just like, give him the ball, and we're gonna win this game.
Tell me about this team, the camaraderie. Talk about this emotion. Maybe how you guys got closer tonight.
Oh, we got so much closer tonight. We just played balls to the wall, just nonstop. Came out swinging first, and everyone did their job. The O-line did their job. Our running backs did their job. Our defense played well. We stopped the run. So I just think that we're just so much more closer from this win.
And what statement do you think you guys made tonight?
I think we made a huge statement that you can't come to Torero Stadium and just think that you're gonna get a win. Like, we're them guys, so you better come like we're any other ranked opponent, because we're coming for you.
You think about last week, it was a whole different story. What sort of changed during the week as you guys prep for Southern Utah tonight?
We made a lot of mistakes last week. We didn't have discipline. We talked with our coaches. We had a long film study after the loss, and we just decided to fix those mistakes, and everybody just take the criticism, whatever it was, and just come into this week just trying to play our best. That's all it is.
What was it like getting out to that 14-point lead to start things off?
It was good, and it showed like no lead's safe in college football. So like you can't stop. You gotta stay foot on the neck always. So yeah, the 14-point lead was good, but we just gotta keep going.
You think about in that third quarter when we saw Southern Utah, they got the touchdown, they got their first 10 points of the game. How important was it to respond, especially defensively?
It was super important. We finally faced adversity, and we had to see how we were going to do when we face adversity. We talk about adversity a lot, and our team we got guys. We got good leaders on the team. We have a really good defense, really good offense. So we just knew adversity was eventually going to strike us, and we decided to play better.
What was it like seeing Matt be able to run the way that he did tonight?
Oh, it was huge for us. Like, 5 went crazy. He did everything we needed him to do and more. I can't discredit the O-line too as well. We had good holes. Our O-line was pushing them back. So, I mean, really just the whole offensive unit did well.
Think about the only turnover game came later in that game. How important was that fumble recovery?
I think it was important. We needed to shift the momentum at that time, and to get that fumble, I think it was really big for our team just to get in good field position and have an opportunity to score and put more points on the board.
That's what I got. What was like seeing Dom be able to run that 49-yard touchdown?
As soon as I saw him pull it, my eyes lit up. I was so happy. I saw all the space he had in front of him, and I knew that was another big momentum shifter right there. We needed that a lot.
You think about the schedule. It starts getting tough from here. You think about playing 24th ranked team this week. You play Montana State next week. Just how difficult is this stretch going to be now you go playing away from Torero Stadium?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really difficult. We're finally going to go away, have an away game, and we're about to go play another ranked opponent, top 5 in Montana State, and they're a really good team. So I just think we have to celebrate this win and get back to the film study on Monday and just do the same thing, just come out swinging against Montana State next week, one game at a time.
Alrighty, what's going through your mind right now? What emotion are you feeling at this moment?
I'm just excited for our guys. They put in a lot of work this offseason and come back from last week's game. Put in a lot of work this week. Just really grateful and excited for what we have coming forward.
It goes to overtime. What are you guys thinking? How are the nerves? How are the emotions? You guys regroup. Just take me through that.
Yeah, I mean, we had ran the ball pretty well all game. So I was pretty confident we'd be able to do that in overtime. It's really about executing. When it comes down to those big moments, everybody wants it. Everybody's excited. So who can execute better? And so I was telling the guys, like, it's all about how we can do it. And being process-oriented in that is really huge. So just a credit to our coaches and the O-line and Dom and all the receivers.
You beat number 24 Southern Utah. What kind of statement do you think you guys made tonight? It's been many years since this program has done that. So just take me through that.
USD's back. That's all I got to say with that one. We're going to compete our ass off, and we're excited to be here.
Matt, when was the last time you were featured like that, getting 34 carries and then that passing touchdown as well?
Man, it's been a while. It's been a long journey. I'm grateful to be where I'm at now. I'm just excited for what we got going forward.
When was the last time you had more than 200 rushing yards in a game?
Probably before high school, honestly. It was a long time ago, but it's been a long time coming, and just so grateful that God's given me the opportunity to do it.
Last week we saw Cal Poly. They took advantage, especially early on. What was it like to be able to set that stage early, getting that big 14-point lead?
Yeah, it's really nice when you're playing from ahead. So once we were able to get a couple first downs, get our offense rolling, get some points on the board, it helps the defense out, helps the game in momentum wise. So doing that was huge for us today, and hopefully we continue to do that next week.
Take me through that read option where Dom be able to run that ball 49 yards for that touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, he pulled it really late. I thought I was going to get it for the first half of that exchange, and then I didn't get it. I got tackled to the ground, and I was laughing because I already knew. I heard the band going crazy, and I heard everybody going wild, and I was just on the floor. I couldn't see it, but I knew it was something good.
What was that feeling like to get that game-winning touchdown?
Super grateful. I mean, it's all a credit to the O-line, Coach Fulton with the play calling. I just did my job, saw our tackle on the left, Oscar Weigel. He's a true sophomore, really good player for us. He destroyed the D-end, and Peyton Smith got a good block on the edge. So just read it, saw the open space, blacked out, and just went and scored.
When you look at this team box score, you see less penalties, you see more time of possession, you see more third downs. How important was each of those three components?
Huge. I think it's a credit to discipline. The culture that's been set by Coach Moore all the way down the staff. It works in games like this. You don't know why it's important on a Wednesday in the summer. It's not important when you're cleaning up your locker, when you're coming on time and you're doing all the little things right. But when you get in big games like this and big moments, it shows up. And that's what we've been changing here at USD, and I'm really excited for it.
The only turnover of the game translated to points was a field goal. How important was Tre's fumble recovery?
Huge. I mean, Tre's a dog. Tre, I've been telling Tre the last 3 weeks that he can be one of the biggest players in the FCS on defense, and he showed it today. He kept balling. The whole defense really put out a great performance, throwing up a shutout in the first half. I mean, that's phenomenal against the top-ranked opponent. So credit to all those guys, and Tre's really doing his thing, so I'm excited for him.
This is part of his challenging non-conference stretch. You take on number 24 team. You got Montana State next week. You get Princeton the following week, both away from Torero Stadium. How difficult is this stretch eventually as you get towards conference play?
Obviously, we're going to do our scouting and look to the teams ahead, but it's really about us. It's how you come out each week. It's how you execute. It's being disciplined, not having penalties, and doing what the coaches tell us. I mean, they're going to get us in positions to make plays. All you can ask for is to be one-on-one in space, and I think they've given us a lot of opportunities to do that. So we're just worried about doing our job, aligning, executing, and doing it at a high level, and we'll look up and see what happens.
I think last week Dom was sacked like 3 or 4 times last week. What was it like to see that 0 spot?
That's big. We need him for a long season, and he runs the ball, so he doesn't need extra hits. It's a huge credit to the O-line. I mean, they balled out tonight, so really proud of them and just excited for what we got.
Dom, take me through what you're feeling, the emotion, just take me through what's in your head right now.
Excitement, really. Very proud of our team, especially the O-line. I mean, Oscar, Jack, Beef, I mean, Big Mike, and then, of course, Big Texas Evans played extremely well. I mean, you can't ask for a better outing from them. We came in with the mindset of that we're going to need to be able to run the ball. And, I mean, they put their head down and they showed why we could really run the ball for real.
What's it like beating the odds makers when you know everybody has the odds stacked against you guys going to this game, going against a ranked opponent? Just talk about that upset and that feeling.
It's the best, especially, like you said, being the underdogs. That's something that we take pride on. Everybody looks down at the Pioneer League. And, I mean, you see it around the league all the time. Like Presbyterian just beat Mercer, number 11 Mercer. I mean, we beat number 24 Southern Utah. So, I mean, it's just the way people up is really what I got to say.
And what's it like for you personally, stepping into this QB1 role and pulling off this really big win beginning of the season? Just how is this for you personally?
That's great, especially all the guys around me. I started as a true freshman for a little bit, and I think that's really what helped me, make big plays in games like these. And then really all the guys just trusting me. The O-line, they never let me on the ground. If I do end up on the ground, they always come get me up, and they block really well for me. So receivers making plays, defense go make plays, so things like that.
And lots of dual threat abilities that you showed off tonight. You're hauling them in yourselves in the end zone. Can we see more of that from you this year?
Absolutely. I didn't have the throwing performance I wanted today, so I got to do it one way or another to get a win. So
Dom, you think about last week, you were sacked like 4 or 5 times. What's it like seeing your O-line be able to protect you and not get sacked tonight?
it's huge. Especially going into a game like next week. That's something that we need to build on and keep going with that. I don't believe I really got a true sack today. I might be mistaken, but that's huge for us. Coach always says I don't need to take unnecessary hits. That's why I slide, get out of bounds, things like that. So when the O-line can really protect me like that, it's huge for us, for me to make plays.
I felt like last week was a completely different story, a different team playing Cal Poly slow. What was the biggest change that you guys did during the week?
Really be in the film room and take reps seriously. I feel like last week we were keyed in on a lot of what they ran last year, and it's always rough going against that first opponent, the first game. But that's something that we just went into the film room, made adjustments, and that's something that I took very personally. My first start at home this year, getting blown out, so coming back and getting a big win like that is something that I took personally.
How much did it help getting that 14-point lead to start things off?
It was huge, especially last week we were down 14. It's really hard to come back down 14, 2 scores. So I feel like when you put points on the board, it gives your defense some leeway, and that's what they came up big with for us today too.
Think about Matt. When was the last time you gave a running back 35 total touches?
I don't even know. Probably my freshman year when I really didn't know any of the plays. But that's something that also we take pride in. Like the game I had today, I wasn't throwing the ball really well, so we got to rely on the O-line, and they got to put their head down and win. And I told them that today before we went out. We just got to run the ball efficiently, and that's how we're gonna win this game, and that's how we did it.
Being a graduate student, how much does that help that experience that gives you from Matt being that graduate transfer?
It's huge. There's times where I'll slip up at practice, and he'll be like, "Hey, get it together," because they know the potential I get to play in. Especially Matt coming from USC, he's played with guys who are in the NFL, so he knows what greatness looks like. So when he tells me something, I listen to it.
You see Southern Utah, they get 2 touchdowns late going in. What was the mentality then going into overtime?
Just win, really. That's something that we take pride in as well. Every game for us is gonna be a dogfight. We can't walk into a game and thinking that we're gonna beat somebody by 40 every single night. So we really take pride in that. Seeing those 2 touchdowns, I just talked to myself, and I just told myself, we got to go find a way to win, and that's something that we did today.
How important was Tre's fumble recovery? Give you guys that big field coverage?
It was huge, especially getting points off of that. That's something that we also take pride in, is getting points off turnovers, and Timo diving into that pile and coming out with it. That's huge for us, especially with 0 turnovers last week. So that was very, very impressive for us today.
Just one more for me. Dom, you're the hometown kid. You're from San Diego. Of course, aside from that, this win is already monumental, but how much does it mean to you knowing you're done in your hometown threads and being able to pull off something like this today?
It's awesome, especially because I have a lot of people come out now that I'm playing. That's huge for me. I got family and friends that come out and support. Having my parents here especially, that's something that I take pride in as well. I talked to my dad and my mom before I even came here. So that's something that, I always know they're watching. So especially my brother, he's watching in Texas right now, so he couldn't make it. So things like that, I take pride in.
Alrighty, Coach, what's going through your mind at this moment?
I'm extremely proud of my team. I'm proud of my seniors. I'm proud of how hard they fought and their ability just to rebound from last week. I mean, Cal Poly gave it to us, but just to come back and beat Southern Utah, who's a very, very good football team, who has a lot of talent, this speaks volumes to their commitment and how they work and how they do things every day.
What kind of statement do you think this win made today?
I think I don't know about a statement. I think if anything, it proves to the players themselves that they belong here. They are exactly where they belong, and that we can win and we can compete at a very high level.
Brandon, you think about last week, as you kind of mentioned, playing Cal Poly still felt like a difference in 2 games. What sort of switched during the week as you prepped this week for Southern Utah?
Well, they were locked in. I think they were locked in for the Cal Poly game. I think adversity, as soon as that thing struck, we had 3 defensive pass interference penalties in the first 3 drives of the game that all led to scores. And that amount of adversity is difficult to overcome. The officials kept the flags in their pockets today. And I think we had 5 penalties for something like 29 yards. We played a very, very disciplined game. And I thought the kids did an amazing job.
You mentioned the penalties. What's it like? You mentioned seeing 5 for 29. What's it like also seeing that your team owned time of possession as well as winning third downs?
It was a strategy going into it. Playing a high-ranked team like Southern Utah, who does a really effective job at running the football, who can throw the ball down the field. They've got weapons all over the place. We tried to limit their opportunities and limit their ability to get on the field and to get in the rhythm.
Mm-hmm. What's it like also being able to see Dom be able to? What did you see in Dom's growth from last week to this week?
I think he's just continuously growing. Kid hasn't turned the ball over yet. He's done an amazing job operating the offense and moving the sticks, making great decisions, not taking sacks today especially. So he's doing an amazing job just in how he's developing as a young quarterback.
What was it like seeing be able to get 35 touches, over 200 rushing yards, 2 total touchdowns?
It was amazing. It speaks volumes of our offensive line, who protected Dom all day and pushed and moved the front all day to allow Matt to have such an explosive day.
Defensively, what was it like, especially that first half? You shut out Southern Utah. I think it was 5 punts and then that missed field goal. How important was that going into half?
It was essential. We're a team that prides itself on stopping the run, and Southern Utah rushed for 380 or 320 yards or something like that the previous week. They've got the quarterback 4, who's dynamic as a Wildcat quarterback, and 28 is lights out as a player. Has great balance and really steps out of tackles. And being able to contain them, the 2 of them, was very, very difficult, but they got it done in that first half. And he had some success in the second half, but we overcame that and we were able to come out with the win.
Despite Southern Utah putting up those 10 points just in that third quarter, what was it like to see your offense then respond with Dom getting that 49-yard touchdown?
I think even more incredible is the fact that we didn't panic as a team. Maybe a week ago, maybe a season ago, that may have been the end of us. Any type of success by the opponent, but we battled back. We saw it as another adverse situation and overcame it.
Mm-hmm. We saw then going into overtime, Southern Utah to get those 2 touchdowns, to get the field goal coming out. How important was your defense to get that stop for limiting the field goal?
It was incredible. They did an awesome job, especially giving up the 2-minute drive before half, where they were able to tie it up. We thought they were going to go for 2 and try to ice the game, but providing the defense an opportunity to step on the field after they'd given up that last touchdown, and those guys coming up and really honing it in and holding them to a field goal was impressive.
After taking on 24th ranked Southern Utah, you play another top team in Montana State. How do you guys try and carry this moving forward in the rest of your preseason?
Well, I think we're trying to change the image of Torero football. I think Torero football is trying to turn a corner. We're trying to play ranked schools. We're trying to play high caliber opponents to try to thrust the program in a different direction.